All right, dudes, welcome to episode 16 of the Trouble Hook Podcast.
It's the Sweet 16.
It's the Sweet 16. We've got two guests that we've had before separately. Biggest fans, right? We talked about it where we're like, dude, these guys have been there since day one. We got Ivan and we got Jose.
Say what's up, guys.
What up, guys?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Trouble Hooked fans?
Oh, shit.
Live from San Antonio, Texas.
Live from San Antonio.
Pre-recorded. Like it's
pre-recorded, but it's live.
Yeah, we
we're
made,
live right now. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, we made the trip out here to come hang out with these dudes and to get some content and do some stuff.
Yeah, they make us feel right at home. They got a big family going on here. It's super badass. We've been drinking it the whole time we've been here, but it's been like a lot of fun. They did a carne asado and everything. We went downtown today, and we'll get more into it right now. Yeah.
Because we wanted to go in. Well, yeah, we wanted to first start on what we always do. It's been a while since we've had them on. What's your jam? What are you listening to right now? We'll start with Jose.
Let's see. Right Along with Nettie.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
if you want to ride along with me, that one. You know what I'm saying?
Right, Nelly. Yeah, we've been listening to it too. It's
a jam of the week.
As we've been going places.
I mean, last time was in the club 50 Cent when I was with you guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's always good songs back then. Not anymore.
Good times.
The new ones have all those
Oh, he's talking about.
Oh, he's talking about Young Thug.
Slice and dice here.
And I like Juan here. I stick to No Country.
Oh.
I don't listen to country.
Who's a country fan now?
Fuck country.
Who is a country fan now? There's no denying it.
He's a closet fan, dude.
Look at him, dude.
I can't. And then going back to like metal and shit, like I can't go back to country now.
Yeah, wait. Share location on Tuesdays. He'll be at the bar.
Yeah.
Share location.
For real.
All right. What about you, Ivan?
I know it's kind of weird. Maybe a lot of people don't know this song, so I'm gonna have one play in the background while I say it. It's gonna be.
Nah.
It's gonna be for y'all wrestling fans. It's the song Eric Bischoff came out to.
Oh,
I'm back.
I'm back.
And
better. I don't know why I've been jamming to that.
Oh shit!
I can see it.
Well, he's literally back in SmackDown.
Yeah, so he's back now.
Yeah, so he's back.
It makes sense.
Kind of weird, but yeah, I've been jamming out to it while I'm in school, like walking in the hallways. Well, not hallways, like in buildings. I have my earphones on and just jamming out to Eric Bischoff's theme song. So call me weird, but hey, that's how it is.
It's like when you come into like a room and you put a theme song and you pretend you're like the actual person.
Oh yeah.
You put that head song, you think you know me, you come into the room like, it's me, man. Yeah, like you do that thing.
Yeah.
In your head though, because you do like
it's Jeff Hardy and shit.
There's pyro going on and stuff.
In your head, there's pyro going on in the background.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all don't gotta say it. We usually ask it, but right now your go-to beers. Dos Equis.
That's Smirnoff, dude.
Smirnoff.
Well, because we iced him so many times.
We iced the whole weekend.
we made him like Smirnoff because we kept icing him.
Yeah, no.
Which you guys can see in our 4-part vlog that I'm currently working on.
That plug though.
It might be a three-parter.
Yeah,
a three-parter. But I'm trying to go for a 4-parter. Depends if we get content tonight. Right now.
Oh, that's true.
It's 12 o'clock. It's still young here.
We got plenty of time.
They don't stop selling alcohol today till 1 o'clock.
We may have to pause this real quick.
Be right back, guys.
Be right back.
We wish I had got, dude.
Send her.
Don't worry, we got some tequila.
The blind one?
I got some. I got some from Korea.
Oh, no, dude. Fuck that.
I woke up blind, dude. What the fuck is going on, dude?
We're still trying to recover. Like all of us, I'm still kind of.
No, I guess I had the headache, dude.
Headache, man.
The spins here and there.
I was like cool in the bed, but like as soon as I started getting up, I felt the spin. I'm like, oh no, dude, the fucking tequila. I took 2 shots, like literally. Like the first one was like, okay, I guess, but the second one I'm like, for the vlog, I guess.
For the vlog. You gotta do it for the vlog.
Yeah.
For the vlog.
See, that's a true fan. That's a true fan. And then what about you?
I would have jumped in the
Ivan, go to beer. Go to beer for Ivan right now.
Well, it's gonna have to be the double X, no triple X up in here.
Oh.
Double X.
Rob's in the household.
Yeah, I can't get enough of those X's lately. I started off Thursday night, went out with a couple of buddies of mine from school. Nothing but those. These guys showed up. We bought an 18 pack and a steel ball and a little sixer. And then today we bought 18 pack again. So it's like it's been non-stop with the dose. So we're going to keep it that way.
Dos Equis weekend.
Dos Equis weekend.
Yeah, with some tajin.
Oh, it's somewhere in there, dude.
Stay thirsty, my friends. We've been thirsty the whole weekend. Give me some fucking
dehydrated.
Water.
Dude, and then like speaking of that, like because we've been on like going out like today essentially, where we've to go out and do stuff mainly for the vlog, but also like because it's like stuff that we don't really do.
Are you gonna tell me what we did today?
Yeah, we're gonna go over.
We're gonna talk about what we did.
Yeah, we're gonna go over it.
Yeah,
because like I said, it's like I mean we've been to San Antonio so many times throughout our whole lives, and but especially like as an adult, I haven't done much like of what we used to do. Like I haven't gone to the Riverwalk in forever. I haven't gone to the Alamo. When I got to it, I was like, dude, what the heck? It looked like
it was huge.
I was like, it feels like it was huge, and like it feels like it's small now. I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's a lot smaller than I remember it.
Ooh. That what she told you?
Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas, but I guess not the Alamo.
Ooh.
No, I'm joking.
And the Spurs.
Hey.
Oh.
Don't go there, dude. Don't go there. And by the way, fuck Kawhi.
Just throw that in. Fuck Kawhi.
Come to the Rockets, Kawhi.
You're a Rockets fan?
Yeah. Or come for...
Show's over, guys.
You want to switch spots away?
At least I went to the Texans and switched to Cowboys.
Oh, you see.
I'm still a Texans fan. I like
closet
both.
Texans fan.
I like both teams.
Nah, you're fucking stupid.
It goes both ways, dude.
I go both ways.
It's not the only way. The only time.
Today was really fun, man. We went to the Riverwalk. I wanted to drink on the Riverwalk, but we did. We did drink on the Riverwalk.
We had the pina coladas, man.
Yeah, we had the pina coladas. Dude, those pina coladas were fucking good.
And then
you had two?
The most expensive mojitos in my life, but I had
Your boy had water.
How much was yours? Because like mine was a 20 ounce.
How much was yours?
Mine was $15.
Mine was 10.
It was 12 ounce.
Yeah.
Who got fucked here?
I don't know.
I want to say him, dude. He had the mojito.
Dude,
Oh yeah. How much was yours?
both of my mojitos were $28, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was
No,
like
like total.
12 ounce.
Yeah.
12
Yeah,
ounce.
dude, and they were like,
Holy
yeah.
shit. Were they strong at least?
They were good and strong.
With mineral water.
But it's just like, I don't know, man. I was like, damn, I'm dropping close to $30 in 2 drinks. Like, damn,
Holy
props to
shit.
them.
That is expensive, dude. That's
Yeah.
pretty expensive.
Yeah, they had.
Your boy had 2 waters.
I saw
Dude,
that.
man, you're such a
I didn't
pussy
want- I didn't
about
wanna
that,
call you
man.
out, but
Hey,
I
you
saw
still
that.
did. You still didn't drive back.
I needed
You
that.
still
I
didn't-
know. He still didn't drive.
Here you go, Jacob. You drive.
Juan's been looking for water since 8:30 in the morning, man.
I know.
I got a message at 8:30 in
Already?
the morning. Where are your
I'm like,
waters?
you got water?
Oh
You
my
part to the
god.
pantry?
I woke up like at 9:30, like fuck, this guy's still thirsty, man.
I was like, oh shit.
Did a SpongeBob episode with water.
For
Yeah,
real.
that was
I need
every
it.
time. Every time after
Dude.
drinking, we always send that to each other. Like I need it, the water.
Oh my god.
Fucking dehydrated sponge. But but since we were like out there like doing shit, we were like, dude, let's do something we've like never done before. I had never done an escape room. Like have you guys
Our first time.
It was all our first time.
Yeah,
That was
right?
my first time. I didn't want to
So
do it.
yeah, so it was all of our first times doing an escape
Can you
room.
say that to the camera?
I didn't want to fucking do it, man.
Yeah,
They
he
were
was-
trying to convince me all night last night, and I was like, "Fuck no!" Like
we
you guys
were
go.
planning for like a week too, when we were like, oh, we'll do an escape room and everything. And you're like,
Fuck
I don't want to
that,
do it.
man.
I don't want. I'm scared of it.
I could have been walking around like with fucking like 3 beers in my hand in the Riverwalk, like. But instead, I was like having an anxiety attack in a fucking escape room.
Nah, no, you helped us a lot, dude.
I was a communicator. I wasn't looking for clues. I was like seeing what's going on. Like I would pay attention to the
He's
screen.
just there, like
like,
watching all of us, and then the TV turns on. Like, oh shit, guys, there's a clue.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys, or like we'd be there, like we're going through like all this shit, trying to figure out like which face matches like what and everything. And then he like walks in. He just like walks over and he's like, "Hey, the TV said something."
I think you guys should listen.
I think you should.
It says something about like what was it?
We'd all be in the vault, like almost ready to like open it, and he's like standing in the other room reading the fucking same clue that's been there for like 10 minutes.
Oh my god, that was.
But
he's playing 21 with the cards.
yeah, I know. For a while with the cards that were there. Hey, but not gonna lie, for our first one, we did really, really good because the guy said it was a 10 to 15% win rate, success rate that they've had there, and we killed it in like 48 minutes.
48 minutes.
And that's because we got fucked over too.
It was, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Twice.
We got fucked over twice.
Basically, what happened was one of the first clues that you could find wasn't there. So like they had a plant that was in the room, and there was supposed to be
a key.
There's supposed to be a key under there.
All of us at one point had picked it up. Right?
Yeah, and I look. I'm just saying. I think at one point I got the plant, and I looked under it again, and then I was trying to take like the artificial part out.
Yeah.
And I kept on doing it, and then that's when like the fucking dude walked in. I was like, okay.
Nah, where's the key?
And when you turn it around, you can kind of see like an imprint, right? Like. I don't know.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
noticed that. You noticed that, like where there should have
glue.
been, like where there should have been like a key or something.
No.
Dude, we probably would have gone faster if it wasn't for that. They come in with a fucking drill to open up the thing.
We're just gonna open this up for you.
Nah, what was my idea, guys? Like a 3, dude. 1, 2,
oh,
3.
Yeah, on 3.
Oh yeah.
Hey, but good call on that little door opening, like the.
Hey, but I found that door. I'm just saying.
No, he found the door. And I'm like, why is this close to here?
Because
yeah.
And it was like a huge thing too, because it was like, to me, it's like I thought we were gonna be in just that like room, that one little room like that. I didn't think there was gonna be like an opening and then going into other like little. Dude, that kind of blew my mind, dude. That shit was cool.
Yeah, when it opened, I'm like, oh,
dude, all of us like were like screaming and shit. Like I didn't think we were gonna get like hyped like that, but we all were like, we were all excited.
We heard the people in the next door like getting hyped.
Yeah, we had heard them.
Okay, yeah, we know.
But we were like, we're like, okay, they're over exaggerating. But then when it happened, we were all like,
Discover fire or something.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. I wonder what the dig one was about. The one that said dig.
Well, that one was like the least popular one because when I was like looking to reserve it,
almost nobody.
No, it was still available like in all hours, and the one we went to agency was like almost selling out. But the most popular one was the other one, the bank one with the Western one.
Yeah, the Western bank heist. That's the one I wanted to do.
There was only 2 available, and one was like at 3, and then one was like till like 9 o'clock.
Oh shit!
But I mean, we got that one next time. Just.
Maybe.
Yeah. It won't be our last one.
Maybe. Fuck escape rooms.
Dude, escape rooms are badass.
But honestly, we should go like way more drunk, dude.
Oh yeah, I think I would have enjoyed myself.
Before we went, there was a bar right across the street that we went to. Like,
yeah.
Did you call my daughter a dog, dude? Sadie, that's a dog's name, right? I'm like, that's my daughter, man.
Oh man, that lady with that fucking that
lady was
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
You tipped her extra, man. I saw that.
Yeah, I had to.
You took my whole wallet.
I mean,
you fell in love.
No, I didn't. I was just like, she's like taking the time to talk to us. I was like, okay.
Well, nobody else was there.
Well, I mean, that's another reason why.
Yeah,
like,
but still, I mean, some women don't even talk to you. They'll just be on their phones and
but like if there's nobody there, they'll be like,
she was having a conversation with us, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was fun too. It wasn't like bullshit.
Yeah.
It wasn't like bullshit either.
Yeah, but like
it was like real talk.
But now we know for next time. Go to that bar, have a dozen drinks,
get plastered,
and
then go into the escape room.
Solve an escape room, and then go on victory drinks.
Dude, I was gonna pee on the corner, dude.
Oh yeah, he's like, dude, I gotta pee, but I don't want to leave the room.
I told her to get cover me, dude. I can go right here. Behind the bookshelf, there's like a little corner.
Yeah, we're like kicked out.
Fucking what the heck? One got arrested for what, like public intoxication. What that one, like it's exposure.
Yeah.
And then
destruction of property. Like they can say like they can say like, oh, you stayed or shit.
Yeah. All of this shit was already all messed up too. Like you could tell people have like gone frustrated and shit, dude. There's like where the glass is broken, where somebody like probably like punched it to try to get it out.
Really?
Oh
yeah. I didn't think about that. I was like,
They probably misplaced that key a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Probably, dude.
Or maybe it's part of the whole thing. Like he comes in and actually.
And then they have to like put stuff like don't pull this off and everything. You know, people have like.
Yeah, try to
Because I feel like people would like they're taking it
Take
like
everything
dude,
apart.
they're taking it hard and like trying to like get everything and like
Start,
do anything can be a clue.
Stuff. I used to clue on there.
The floorboards and shit. But I mean, I would do it again. Like,
It was
honestly,
okay.
I really liked it.
I thought it was
the
good.
thing.
I really loved
The
it,
thing
man.
with it though is that like it's like 100% better with like more people. Like if you get a group of 10, because it was like what, max 10. So like if you get like a full on group like that, it's fucking great. Like
Yeah,
it'll
we had
probably,
two
like,
strangers.
because we had two
It was
strangers.
pretty
with us, like,
awkward.
we had two people that we didn't even
Yeah.
know.
We
And
tried.
they look so like
They wanted that one.
like
They wanted
like-
to watch. They look like they didn't.
They look- you know what, they
super
look-
unenthused.
they look like me.
They look like you
They
about
look
it.
like me when I was out. Like, oh fuck, man, I don't want.
Yeah, probably because they thought like, oh, we're just gonna kind of like do this thing together and everything, and then like, boom, here's this group of like eight kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause we bought it like I guess maybe 45 minutes before it was supposed to like start.
Yeah.
So I mean they're like, oh yeah, we maybe might have a chance to do it by ourselves, whatever. But we fucked it up every day. I could tell.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, if I was those two guys, I'll be like, no, we're gonna do it by ourselves. That's pretty cool. And then you get a group of 8 people that know each other.
Yes.
It gets weird, dude.
Nah, I think fuck them. If they didn't have fun.
Hey, they helped out a lot.
Dude,
Dude,
I
we
did
could have
more
done. We
shit.
could have done it without them.
No, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
they
for
We
sure.
legit could have done it without
They
them.
did not do anything. And then the guy, like on the picture, like that group picture we took, he got the sign that says, "This couldn't have been done without me." Or
I
something.
know. I was like, all
Oh,
right.
my MVP.
MVP.
I did okay. What 2 things?
Yeah,
What
oh
do
my
you think
God,
with
dude.
MVP? Yeah, like, it's like that.
I'm not gonna lie, Andrea.
Andrea took lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrea took the charge.
Andrea and Ivan, like, they killed it. They
Oh,
killed it.
yeah.
They
Well,
killed it for
that's-
their like like for what they were
the
like
power
like
couple,
they
dude.
took because they
Yeah.
took like straight up like that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I even went in like with the notes and shit. So like I saw it and I was like, okay, like I would go in, I would find something like, hey, like put this like the book or whatever, and then he'd write it like a little section in it. We had like codes and everything ready, and like now let's just test it out, see where it
Everyone's
goes.
organizing everything, right?
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like-
that's what I'm saying. Like
The inner student of me.
Yeah.
It's crazy about like it's like human fascination with all this shit. Like you go to like, oh, I'm gonna pay like money to go to a room and try to escape out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and it's cool because like I don't know if you know or remember, it's been a thing for a long time. Just never really. I don't know why they never thought to like bring it out like that, because it's been a thing like on like phone games. Like it's been like a game where you have to escape the room.
oh yeah,
And you have to
And
like
you're
find
clicking on
stuff and you're
stuff
clicking and
that's true.
and it's like on computers and shit too.
Yeah.
It's been a thing for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know why nobody ever thought into. I mean,
Making it real
I mean,
life.
finally they did, but I don't know why it took so long to like bring it to like real life.
I think a board game in real life. That's the way I describe it.
Yeah, kind
Like,
of.
yeah.
That's why it's cool, because like we love games like that. Like whenever we can like all get together, hang out, and like do games. Like what we started playing recently, we started playing Password.
Oh yeah.
You know, we started and we
Yeah,
literally
dude.
started like what.
2 days ago. 3 days
oh.
ago.
Yeah, it was just a few days ago that we started
Yeah.
it, and then we brought it with us to San Antonio.
Yeah,
Like,
because like me and my friend Vic were watching Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
And then like they play Password on like a side thing, whatever. And then like we're like, oh shit, we should do it. And then one night we're hanging out, and then Vic's just like, hey, let's play. And we're like, I don't know. He's like, no, come on, let's play. Like it'll be fun. And then we tried it. We thought it was gonna be too hard, but then it was like fucking badass. Like it was like. It was a lot of fun.
And then when
man.
you
Yeah,
have
once you get into it,
and then
it's
when you
like-
have like a little decent group too going, and then,
we
like,
got into it, but like we started
Yeah.
mixing it around because Jacob and I were just like
oh, dude, we were
dominating.
fucking killing it, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
We were killing it, dude.
Ivan and I were killing it in the beginning.
Nah, me and I were better, dude.
Yeah, it was like the best one.
We had like this
Yeah, well,
connection or
I
something.
I was carrying David, dude. He started winning while I was there.
Oh shit! It was fun, man.
Like
But
it's fun. Like it's like you think
it's
like when you
challenging.
get like because it's challenging, it's hard. Well, it can be, because sometimes like it can be, you know, like it depends like who you're with sometimes, and then other times it's kind of like it feels like oh shit, like I don't know if they're gonna get it, and then like if you don't get it, then the next person like
And then
they'll get
the
the
one I
clue.
said about like balance, I'm like, okay, Erika, Thanos.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she didn't get it, but once
And
it
then
got to me,
I was playing with you,
Yeah.
and then he said balance, and she. You said Thanos.
Yeah.
And the word was balance, right? The
Yeah.
password was balance, and then he said Thanos, and then I said I knew it. I said perfectly,
and
and
he
he's
said
like balance.
like
Yeah.
instantly,
Fuck yeah.
like I had already had it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I had already had it when he said it, and I was like, if she gets it wrong, I've got it. And then you just kind of like solidified it. Like I know already. Like I know what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And like it's like one of those things that if you try explaining to somebody, it's gonna seem like, oh man, that's like impossible or something. Because like when you, I mean, think about it. You're telling somebody like, okay, you have to get somebody to guess one word by only using one word that's not that word, and then you're like, it's like, oh shit, that's like way too hard. But then when you're actually doing it, it's like it gets fun. Like you have to like really think.
Gotta get into
And then
it.
the one I got was like I think called Bell, and it's like
Oh,
the
yeah.
first person said ring,
Yeah.
and like somebody said wedding. I'm like, okay, whatever, it's not wedding. Then the next person said taco.
Yeah, I said taco.
Yeah.
Like, oh, dude, it's Bell. And before the man even like said the word to me, I'm like, oh, Bell. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
funny, dude, because
Yeah.
you have like where when you're the one that knows the password, and you're like you're watching them struggle. You're like, come on,
No,
like
and
to you it's
and
easy.
You tell and you see somebody telling the other person like a word that will like throw them off, and you're like, what? Why?
Yeah.
See the funniest thing. We're recommended. Yeah, that's a good game to play with your friends, man. Like at least 4 people.
Yeah,
Minimum-
originally,
minimum,
yeah.
4 people.
4 people. It's like it's supposed to be 2 and 2.
We played with 8. That's
Yeah, we
fine.
played. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, over time it got out of hand, but it also got fun. Like it got more fun, like somehow.
Yeah. It was pretty funny, man.
And then when you got a badass ref, like
Like cool.
like
Oh, dude, that's my new best friend, dude.
For the homie.
For the homie.
This is for the homie.
Dude, that's my new best friend, dude. Where's he at right now? What the hell?
I guess he's.
He should be here right now.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He didn't show up with the boy right now, so I guess not.
Ooh. Thank you, sir.
Well, no.
So new beer, new topic.
New beer, new topic. 'Cause
Oof.
this transition isn't gonna be as smooth though.
Dude, guys, dude.
Damn.
Oh, you got ice, dude.
We just iced.
Yeah,
we just
cooler,
iced
dude.
him
Oh my
somehow.
God. Okay, I guess I got
You
ice.
just got iced on the podcast.
Holy
First
shit.
ice on the podcast.
I'm not gonna tell you though. We're gonna take our time here. We're responsible.
Yeah.
You're doing the responsible
On
thing.
the podcast, be responsible. The vlog is it's exaggerated shit. Like
Yeah.
it's not.
Oh my god.
But now I wanted to do like a quick thing where we suggest like we just throw it to you guys since you guys are the guests.
We're the guests,
What
but
is it
you're the
that-
guest on the show.
Yeah, like what do you want to talk about? Like,
Oh, yeah,
what's a
what do you wanna
topic?
talk
What's
about?
like a thing that you want to like just like your choice? It could be like how like fucking David is stupid as fuck or like
Yeah.
Boy, be super quick. Stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
I see. I haven't put everyone on spot.
No, I mean I don't know. Like is it
Could
serious?
be anything, whatever you want.
Whatever you wanna
It could
do,
be- We
dude.
can
What
go
do
into
you-
sports. We can go into games. Like
On the spot, man. I don't know, man.
Tell about Kawhi how he left you.
No. I
And you
don't
got
know.
championship.
about your
Oh.
love for Kawhi and bringing a championship
To Toronto, not
to
you anymore.
Toronto.
Well, man, it might get a little serious here, dude. Maybe, no, like legit. So we're all originally from the Valley, from Bronzeville, man.
Yeah.
And that one thing you told me yesterday, like it's getting bad over there. Like they're raiding places and stuff.
Oh
like that.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
doing
yeah. The
more.
ice raids, yeah.
I don't know if you guys talked about this.
We haven't talked about that yet.
So,
I mean, it's
kind of
sensitive topic.
it's like businesses and stuff.
Mhm.
They're like supposedly closing for renovations and everything, and we're talking about like within like the span of 3 days. I'm saying like at least like fucking 5 restaurants closed for renovations.
Yeah.
But like all these ice raids are happening, and like the fact of the matter is that there's a lot of like undocumented
Yeah.
family that's in Brownsville. Like people have family that's here like in the valley, and and it's like, you know, they're here just trying to, you know, make a living, you know, be with their family, have a good life, and then like you just got like ICE coming in, you know, it's coming in and like trying to bust them and, you know, deport them and everything. It just sucks, dude. It sucks, and it's like scary because mostly everybody in Brownsville has family that's like, you know, doesn't have like their full documentation and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying like, you know, like there's family, there's people that have family in, you know, in the valley that, you know, like they're just trying to, you know, be with their family and like make a living and, you know, make a good life for themselves. But, you know, it's crazy right now. It's crazy right now that that's happening. But I guess I can understand from
yeah, like you can see it like that's where it's troubling, because it's like, you know, for it I guess it comes down to like kind of like compassion, you know, where it's kind of like you feel for them, but it's also like you kind of like it's like a line between like morality and like, you know, compassion and stuff, where it's like I get why, but I feel for them, and it's like, you know,
because in a way they are doing their job. They're doing they're told to by their superior.
Exactly.
What has to be done.
I mean, but I guess like since we like it's something real for us. Yeah. So and that's why I guess a lot of people in the valley, or at least particularly in Brownsville, do not agree with all these recent, you know, ICE raids and what our current president is doing. I'm not choosing sides. I'm not trying to start something, a war, comment room for war.
Nah, you won't.
But
you won't.
And nobody even comments on our videos.
Watch the comments just go crazy.
I'm so dumbass. Like,
yeah, it's just like, unfortunately, it's something real. Like I left Brownsville. It's been a year and a couple of months, and within that year, a bunch of things have been happening. Like I was telling some of my classmates, I crossed recently 2-3 weeks ago, and I was telling them the bridge doesn't even look like a bridge anymore. It's like all full of barbed wire. People are asking for your documents right in the middle of the bridge, and it looks like a fort to me. It amazes me because when I was a kid and I was and I was crossing the bridge, it was just, you know, you just cross the bridge.
It was like a normal thing.
Yeah, it was fun. There was like not that many fences and gates and this and that and everything, dude. And now I feel like it looks like a fort. Straight up.
Yeah, before it just be like crossover, you know, go hang out, family, do some stuff, and then go to Garcia so you can cut in line. So you can cut in line.
So you can cut in line. With the cars. They have to let you in.
Buy some stuff in Garcia, so you have to cut through in line.
Yeah.
To get back.
What do you think, man?
Like it's because like
it's hard, dude. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like it's hard, but at the same time, there's like good stuff happening. You know, like we said, you know, with all the stuff that they're doing downtown, where they're bringing in like it's helping like
more culture,
you know, business, culture and stuff. Like I talked about it last time, how when I was younger I used to be like scared to go downtown. I didn't like to go. I'm like, oh, it looks sketchy and everything. And then he kind of got me to going a bit, and then a few times that I went on my own and started finding places like Half Moon Saloon. That's kind of how it started with me. And then like they have like I think they have like a vegan place and like all this stuff. It's like you wouldn't expect this stuff.
Yeah,
it's like
you wouldn't expect this stuff
Austin.
in Brownsville.
Yeah,
and it's downtown.
Man, basically, yeah.
And it's like
Street.
there.
Yeah, but with that stuff, I mean, I just think Trump is feeling the pressure now because it's like almost his final year, and he just like threw a Hail Mary. That's it, man. I mean, like he promised a bunch of stuff and. The wall and everything is honestly the wall's not gonna happen, but like the ICE thing, well,
what can you do?
Yeah, it's his thing. But I mean, like people are doing their jobs and you gotta respect that. But the same thing is like you gotta feel for those families. The odds of there's like odds like somebody knows, like one of us knows somebody like who's being affected by that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
it
like
sucks,
like through some people and stuff, like you kind of know, or even like
your neighbor,
places that you would go to and you're like, whoa, I never would have, like, you know. And stuff like that. But I want to throw the topic. I want to go into another thing where we talked about it last time, where we're gonna start adding this now as a segment, because we have we already have, every time we do the shows, we talk about your favorite beer, we talk about your favorite music and stuff like that. We're going to finally add in a new one that I want to start asking everybody each time we have guests. If you guys have ever experienced, like, paranormal stuff, like ghost stuff or aliens, like stuff like that. So, if you got your stories to tell, we want to hear the stories. We want to share them with everybody.
I won't shut up about this. I mean,
let's start with.
He knows about it, but I mean,
let's start with Jose.
Have I start?
Well, I mean, like,
all right.
I personally never experienced it, but I remember when we were kids, we would sleep in the same room and stuff like that. I don't remember. I honestly do not remember, but this is what he tells me. So, like, apparently I would go down to, like, there was, like, a basement area in our house. Yeah, it's weird in Bronzeville, but there was a basement. And so, like, apparently, like, when I was a kid, I would go in the middle of the night and I would try to go into the basement and it was locked or something and I couldn't go. And my mom would catch me, like, in the door of the basement in the middle of the night. She's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "No, well, it's because I'm going to go play with the kids." And I was like, what kids? It's like, what do you mean there's kids? It's just us. It's like us in the house. It's like your brother, me, your dad, and I. Like, it was like, there was like nothing. And then apparently, like, I told my mom that these kids were all disfigured and, like,
fuck that, dude. I
don't remember that.
Fuck that.
And
he was just watching Hey Arnold. Conspiracy theory. We can go Nicktoon conspiracy theory.
Fuck that, man.
Right out to jump on.
We'll do that after.
Okay, so yeah, like, I would go play with these kids every so often in the basement in the middle of the night. I seriously do not remember. But the only reason I believe in him,
dude, I'm glad I didn't go to your house back then.
Nah,
just because my mom would confirm it. She'd be like, "Yeah, you would try. You were like a little kid, like going down with your blanket, trying to go into the basement and play every other night with these kids that you said that were there all the time." And come to think of it, I would spend a lot of time in that fucking basement, but like in the middle of the day, like I don't know what the fuck I would do. I would just fucking chill there.
They had a big ass mirror, dude.
And there was a big ass mirror.
Yeah, fuck mirrors.
That would creep me out, dude.
Weird, like,
I hate mirrors, dude.
Next time we're gonna do the mirror maze at the Riverwalk.
No. We're gonna say Biggie Small 3 times. And if I'm mirror. But like, I remember that like, a lot.
Yeah,
like,
so
I would see them.
Yeah, like apparently, I would go by myself. Like I said, I do not remember. I don't remember seeing kids. I don't remember anything.
They're trying to take you away from me, man.
Shit. This guy would be crying. Like, they're trying to take him. I'm like, wait, like what? Like, I don't know. I'm just trying
That's
to go.
pretty intense.
Well, they told me though, like, hey, we're gonna take your brother, dude. What are you gonna do?
In my head, I'm like, damn, they're trying to pull the Sinister on us. You know.
Oh shit.
Go watch a movie in the basement and shit like that.
He was that guy. Like, yeah.
I'll start murdering my family.
I see the family, dude. Like, that's
so
me.
I think that would be like, because I'm not
the most one.
Yeah, I feel like I've never experienced like super paranormal stuff like that in a sense. Knock on wood, right? Let's see.
Yeah. Well, what's your like stance on that? Like, do you believe? Do you not believe? Like ghosts.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a believer, man. But see, the thing, my stance on ghosts is like if they're like, let's say you're seeing your grandfather, maybe a lot of people will disagree on this, right? Maybe you're seeing your grandfather and your grandfather was such a good person or whatever, and this and that. But I'm a big believer in like demons and stuff like that, and they're deceivers, they're tricks. You know, they'll try to trick you.
Little tricksters.
Yeah, but that's the way we were raised by our mother, saying like it could be like a deceiver, basically.
So
some insidious shit, some
so
that shit.
I think that's real. I believe like
you get
like stuff like possession and stuff like that. I look into that stuff. Not crazy, like I'm gonna like read and like watch a movie about watch documentary on this, but yeah, I'm a believer in that. So that's my stance on it. Like, I do believe it, but it could be not so good.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah. Because because I'm the same way. Like, I believe like I don't want to say like ghosts, but like spirits. You know, like because I know that's a thing. Like I know. I know that's like a thing, like spirit, like spirit, like, you know.
So like if the room gets cold, you think there's like a spirit among us or something.
Yeah. I feel like things like that. I mean, dude, you know that whole thing like with like dogs. Like if you see, sometimes you'll see like a dog, like dogs barking in a corner. It's like there's nothing there. They're barking at something or just staring at something. They'll be standing there staring, and you're just like
at it or something.
Yeah. My dog used to do that a lot in the like I'd be asleep. he'd be on the edge of my bed, staring over at my closet, and just there, like, just growling.
It's Sully.
Is it Kitty? Kitty.
But yeah, so yeah, that's my stance on it. I know this.
What about
this
you?
guy,
You believe? Don't believe?
Yeah, I fell off, man.
You believe? You've seen a ghost.
Nah,
You say it like you've seen a ghost.
I saw, man, but like it happens a lot. But I'll tell you a couple. I mean, it happened more than once, of course.
Fucking Indian.
Oh, the Indian one's scary. Okay, so like, well, we'll go on that one. It was when I was like in high school, and I guess everybody went to school, whatever, in the mornings, like, and my parents were going to Mexico, like to chill with my grandma, I guess. And when we got our dog Linda, she was a puppy. It's like back in 2009 or 10, and
it's like a little little French poodle.
Yeah, little French poodle.
Annoying puppy dog.
We still love her. Okay, well, but she was like a baby. My parents would keep her in my sister's bedroom, well, my sister's restroom. She like not to pee or poop anywhere. So I'm like, before my parents left, they're like, "Oh, Danny, we're going to Mexico to like I guess chill with your grandma. Linda's in the restroom. Just let her out when you wake up." I'm like, "I'm gonna have to sleep." I'm like, "Yeah, I got it." So then, like I guess 30 minutes later, just like around like 8 or 9:30 in the morning. Between that time, like there's sunlight and all that, and I just like feel breathing on me, and I'm like, it's probably Linda. It's all good. I'm like half awake, whatever, eyes closed, and like in my head, I'm like, wait, Linda. My mom said Linda was in the restroom. So I opened my eyes.
It was David.
Yeah, dude.
It wasn't Linda. It was David.
Nah, in my head at first, I'm like, in my head at first, I'm like, I'm getting abducted or something, dude. Like I'm like, it's probably an intruder in the house right now. But like, so I open my eyes and I see like this big gray Indian looking shadow like hovering over my bed and like breathing super hard at me, and I like thankfully I didn't have like the sleep paralysis thing, because I just like
I
didn't have it, like literally I just like jumped out of bed and like sprint outside my house. My neighbor saw me in my boxers, dude, and everything. Like I just went back in and I took out the dog. Because, I mean, like, it's like having another person, like, with you in the house. Because I was scared. Like, I don't know, like, what I saw. I don't know what I felt. Because I also felt it. I felt breathing. That's how I woke up, because of the breathing. And that was, like, one of the stories from, like, our old house. Because we also have a theory about that house. Like, us. Like the Rosaka thing and everything. With the Indian rituals. Yeah, like, it's also a theory.
Yeah, like, they would use, like, the Rosaka to sacrifice...
Yeah,
do human sacrifices. According to my mom, like she's really religious or whatever. And I think they like one time like it's like somebody was praying for her or something, and they saw like a vision of my father's ancestors, and they were like supposedly like my father's ancestors like back in the day or whatever. Supposedly, according to this person, right?
Thanks, man.
She said that your husband's ancestors used to sacrifice humans in like lakes and stuff like that, and all my life. All my life, my dad always wanted to live like on a Rosaka. So like the lady would be like, that's why he's so attracted to the Rosakas, because his ancestors carry.
Also, we had a tiki thing. Remember the tiki wooden thing?
The what?
Like it was like a thing for the house. It was like a tiki, like monito, dude. You never remember that?
Oh yeah.
My mom threw it away. It was like wood.
It was a wooden like figure, like hard figure, but it was like a
tiki. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like I guess like a god or something.
Yeah. But there you go. Yeah, we had that.
Like I guess my mom thought it was like possessed or something. Also, like I don't know. We used to play with that thing. I remember I had toys and I'll be playing on that thing.
There would be wrestling on top.
Maybe those are the fucking. Maybe those are the fucking people the kids you would play with in the basement.
Probably,
maybe they got into that.
Probably that they was floating on me, dude, when I was like falling asleep.
And they're breathing on you.
Yeah, well, that
let us play with Ivan.
But that house had a bunch of stuff like happening to me. Cause I have like a lot of stories.
I feel like you had stuff with your old house too, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about your original house, the first one.
OG.
The OG, the first one.
I would see a lot of shit in that fucking house, man.
Yeah, because I remember I'd be kind of scared at going to his house when we were kids.
Yeah, dude. I would see shadows running in the hallway. There was like a little hallway.
Yeah.
You just twitched when you said that. Dude, like, you replay the
yeah, like
fuck. because it scared the fuck out of me. It would be like there was a hallway that was connected my brother's room and my room, and I would sleep in the living room. For some reason, since I was a kid, I like sleeping on couches, dude. Like, I love couches. So I always slept on the couch. And then, when, I would sleep on the couch in the living room, and I would see, like, fucking shadows, like, in the
Juice World.
Yeah, Juice World. I was about to say, I would see shadows in my room. And I would see shadows in the hallway, and they would, like, run by, and I'd be like, oh, my God. Like, why do I have to see this? Like, oh, my God, why? Like, I hate it. Like, and I think like these spirits and everything, I think they do exist, man. They just exist on a different plane, like on a different.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Kind of like.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that, to where things we see things and we feel things that just like happen to cross planes sometimes, like just at the right moment.
And it's crazy how that happens, because like for me, I was one of those dudes that was like a non-believer, like straight up. That I'm like, nah, it's like it's that I would believe the whole like, oh, it's the house settling or whatever, because the house is old or like shit like that, or like, oh, it's just like this, a coincidence, whatever. But slowly, like as more stuff has happened, like here and there, and like at certain times where it's like it can't be a coincidence, I started becoming more and more like a believer, where it's like, okay, I feel like there's something. Yeah, it might not be like ghosts and stuff like how people say, but there's something. Kind of like with like with aliens, how we talked about before.
Yeah.
Like how is it with you guys with aliens? Believe? Yes, no. Ivan first.
No.
I say no because like the way my mom would say it, they're probably demons in disguise.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's what we're raised.
For me,
the way I see it, because it can be kind of like a thing where like who knows, like aliens might be, if the whole like stuff like what they can do, like with their ships and everything, that they can like fly around and like real quick. Who's to say that they can't just get in and out somewhere like quickly from our houses and stuff? Yeah. So maybe what we're like thinking are ghosts and stuff are actually aliens and stuff, and it's an actual thing.
It could be, man.
Right?
Or maybe they're interdimensional beings and they can cross planes when we can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like this that nobody can explain, and it seems like fiction just because there's so much science fiction on it. Like there's movies and everything, and there's all these ideas and stuff like that. But who's to say this stuff doesn't exist? Like the universe is so vast, it's like constantly expanding. It hasn't stopped. And then you think about how vast it is. We're just like a little speck of.
We were saying that when we were at the river walk, we were just walking randomly, and then we're like,
oh yeah,
and we looked at each other. And we're like, dude, it's crazy how there's like all these people here, but if you look at the grand scheme of things, this is small. Like,
yeah, it's like nothing. It's nothing.
Like it's like, yeah, we see like a whole bunch of people walking. There's a lot of people here and everything. It's packed. It's crowded, but this is still like insignificant. This is
it's insignificant. Exactly. It's crazy to think like. Every person you see on the street, every person you see at the store, they each have like their own lives and their own life story. So you look at them,
like
and
you'll walk past somebody and like you might never ever see them again in your life.
Yeah, and
except for those two people from the escape room.
Oh yeah,
we saw them later at the Alamo.
For real, that's cool. That was cool. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think about that. And then every person that you will ever see in your life is eventually gonna die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why
there's no like every person that you've ever met in your life, every family member you've ever known.
That's what that dude was yelling outside of the Alamo.
For real, dude. Oh yeah,
that's what they were.
Yeah.
Like we're going around, dude. Like
yeah.
Yeah, we're just there walking like.
That's right. He was saying that.
Yeah,
that's right, dude.
Yeah,
he's like, we're all gonna die. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, so that's why like we were about to cross the street, and then we're like, let's go the other way.
For real, like
let's take the long way.
Way to bring up my existential dread while I'm having a good time on vacation, bro.
It was like, real, dude. Let's take the long way.
He's like, nah.
Damn.
Fam.
It's crazy to think about things like that people think like can't exist, or like it's like impossible to exist, can actually exist when there's things in the universe that can't be explained. It's crazy, man.
We've talked about it previously, like maybe 1 or 2 podcasts already, where like there's no way that aliens can't exist because like it's a like I feel like it's 100% like aliens do exist. They might not be like genius, like green and like all that shit the way we see them. But think about it, like
Like
we were created in
like gods.
out of
That's what we're
if we
saying.
could have been created out of nothing. Like life will kind of like just it can sprout out somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like it could be like bacteria, it could be like whatever, but it might not be like actual like aliens, but
Yeah.
like some kind of life form. It might not be like intelligent or something or whatever. It could be, but
For me, like
don't know.
for me, science and religion like tie together. Like for me, I'm still like a believer in God and everything. I wear my chains, I got my tattoos and everything, and I think like, I think there has to be some kind of creator, and like it just seems like impossible that everything just happened on like coincidence.
Yeah, dude,
Like
yeah.
like
Yeah.
like oh like there was nothingness and then all of a sudden like boom, there's like a whole universe with a big bang.
yeah.
Come on, dude. There's got to be like some greater power that we just like our human mind can't comprehend.
Like how we've said last time, how we don't know, like the gods we talk about that have been passed down through stories could be the aliens. It could be
Yeah,
aliens.
yeah, higher beings, like
Well,
intelligent beings and like
yeah.
creators, like they can, like it's like we can. I mean,
Did you always?
I could
believe
go
in aliens?
hours, huh?
Did you always like believe in aliens or?
Me?
Yeah, like what made you a believer? Like both of you.
What made me a believer is that the universe is so big, it's like impossible for there not to
Like
be.
like when
aliens.
you spend the time to think about it, like when, for me it was like I would spend a lot of times when I was younger, like outside, like outdoors. Like I loved being outdoors and stuff. We'd have like parties and stuff like that, like family parties, and then like everybody would start leaving and we'd be like the last ones there. And I'm like, all right, like Dad, like all my cousins are gone, can we go home now? Like, but I would spend the time and I would sit there like just staring out like into the stars and stuff, and it would get me like thinking about stuff like that. And that's what kind of got me like slowly over time, like, okay,
Yeah, like if you ever like just go outside, dude, especially like SPI, dude, you go out to the beach and you look
Yeah.
up at the stars, dude.
yeah,
You just feel like a fucking grain of sand. Like you feel like nothing. And the reason I believe in aliens is because like if you think of how intelligent human beings are, and you think of how many solar systems, how many galaxies are in the entire universe, it's constantly expanding, and there's like an unbelievable amount of numbers.
Like
it's absolutely impossible for there not to be more intelligent life throughout the universe.
we could like maybe travel out for like years or whatever to find it, but not be able to come back, like,
Yeah, and it's like this, like we're technology advancing, like our technology is like through the roof right now. Like we're advancing so fast. If you think about like in the 1800s, you go back like
Dude,
200 years ago.
dude, we're doing podcasts and vlogs on my phone, and like,
Yeah.
it's all on my
If you
phone.
think about 200 years ago, you think about 1800 to 1900, like that's a whole fucking like that's a long ass time, dude. Shit was the same, and then from 1900 to 2000, like everything just like boom, like technology just like exploded, and we have like all this like incredible technology that we can't even explain. I can't even explain my phone, dude. I don't know how it works and how I can like I guess the heat on the phone, and I can unlock it and do all this stuff, and it's like it's crazy.
Or the finger scan.
Yeah, the finger scan, all that stuff.
Face recognition, like
You
all
think
that
about
stuff, the
you just
government.
think about transportation. You think about like you think about like NASA and SpaceX and like exploration of space and all this stuff, and you think about like if you were to like travel space and you were to like say like travel to another galaxy, you know what I'm saying? That would take like a long time. By the time you would get back, the Earth would be like either dead or like completely advanced. You wouldn't recognize nothing. Like everything would be like beyond your comprehension.
Kind of like Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, kind of.
And then you like if you were to try to like come back and stuff, I mean you'd die before you'd make it back, so you wouldn't be able to like prove anything.
Yeah, so like my point is like if you think about how intelligent we are, and then you can think like in other galaxies that maybe have existed longer than our galaxy, just think about how technology like how their technology has advanced, and like all the tools they have, all the stuff that they have. Who's to say that they're not doing their exploration of other worlds and other galaxies and other solar systems?
Like they
And,
could be trying to find us just like we're trying to find them.
Yeah.
What if they found us already?
That's what we're saying. That's
What
that
is
gets me thinking about that whole like, have Have you guys ever seen like a picture like of supposedly some guy from the future in the past or something like that?
Oh yeah. Those are cool. Yeah,
they're on their phones or something.
Yeah, there was a picture taken like in the
1930s.
I think
1930s, and they have a cell phone on them supposedly, right? But it could be Photoshop.
Those pictures are crazy. I think they're like just really fucking coincidence. Like I don't know, something could be like.
I feel like it could
maybe
be,
like a pack of cigarettes that looks like a phone.
It looks like a lot like an iPhone or something.
Yeah,
because I feel like it could be like coincidence or like Photoshop, you know?
Yeah, or it could be true, man. You know.
The one I saw is like this lady had like her phone, like they did it on her ear.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah,
that
one's very fucking convincing, man.
Is he? Yeah,
and the picture was set what year?
1930. 1930. It was part of some movie they were doing or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Like they were like recording or some shit like that.
Time travel's a real thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wormholes, black holes. Anything about
every type of hole.
Every type of hole.
Beer hole, butthole. I mean,
speaking of beer bag.
Oof. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy to think about it, man. I think, I don't know, dude. There's a lot of like questions that human beings have, and it's like we just can't explain it. We can't answer them. So you just might as well just live your life and just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just because then
it's gonna send you into a hole of overthinking.
Yeah, you go
that you're gonna waste your time. Just
you go too deep. You go too far in the rabbit hole. Like you just you start like worrying too much, and you start thinking like, oh shit, like damn, I'm gonna die one day, and it'll ruin your fucking day.
And then you're not even that. Like you're just. It's like you're shifting your focus towards that, and it's like you're not enjoying life anymore because like you're just
because you realize
spending it focusing on that.
It's like so it's for nothing. Like,
the best thing you can do, dude. It's fucking Rick and Morty, dude. That's why I fucking love that one. Like we're all gonna die, whatever. Like all this shit. Like come watch TV with me. When Morty tells Summer.
Yeah, that's funny, dude.
Yeah,
it's like remember like I said yesterday. When I was looking up at the sun and like through the trees, I'm like, damn, it's good to be a human being.
Oh yeah.
It's
that's true, man.
It's badass. It's good to be a human being. Imagine
some people don't appreciate it.
Yeah, like it's really fucking good to be a human being, dude. It's awesome, and like I don't know, you just gotta enjoy it while it lasts. The main thing that I worry about is like I hope oh my god, I hope there's a heaven. And I want to like see my my relatives that passed on, which I have faith that I will, and like my faith grows deeper like every day because I kind of questioned it throughout after high school and everything. But as I go along and I start, like things are okay, like things are gonna be okay. I get my faith back, and eventually I want to see like my relatives again that passed on, and then eventually my parents, and then as I get to that point in my life, the main thing that I worry about that like keeps me up at night sometimes, well most of the time, is like consciousness. So I want to keep like all my memories and everything that I've had throughout this life. I know what you mean. I want to keep it throughout my next life. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to keep everything. I want to remember everybody. Yeah. That's what I want to keep, and like. Maybe we've existed in another plane before, or as something else, maybe as a different animal, like reincarnation or something. But we just don't remember as a human being.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man. Mm-hmm. It gets deep sometimes. Sometimes I get a little too. I'm not gonna get deep right now. We're pretty deep. We're pretty deep in the fucking water right now. We're in there. But we're not gonna get that deep.
You know we're deep when they stop talking.
Yeah. It's like oh shit. Anyways, guys, back to Endgame.
Nah, it's good until you got
part of the journey is the end.
Until you got that like what's it? What I want to talk about, but I kind of missed it when we were on the ghost shit and that stuff. Like I don't know if you guys have ever had that where you're like laying down or sleeping or something, and then you feel like something like just sits on your chest, and like you feel like exactly, and you feel like you're awake or and you're there and you're like screaming for help, or you are awake and you're like trying to scream for help. And then it's like nothing's coming out, and it's the worst fucking feeling.
Is there a scientific explanation for that yet? There is, right?
Is there? Dude,
I don't know. I can remember. Scary. You've experienced it, right? Where you like can't move and like there's like
yeah, plenty of times, man. But
dude, it sucks.
It sucks. I mean, like There's like one. I mean, one more story.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. Okay, it's between. Okay, you guys pick. Witch or hooded figure?
Hooded figure.
Yeah, instantly.
Okay, good choice. Okay, so see, the witch one is like too long. That one, like, well, call me special. So the hooded figure one is like you know, our mom's super religious and stuff, and she goes sometimes to our rooms and prays before if we're asleep. She like pray for us, like, oh, like protect our sons or whatever. Yeah. And like, yeah, well, one night I for some reason I slept on the couch in the living room, TV room in Paso de la Forma, and I'm there chilling, whatever, and like out of nowhere, I mean, I feel like this hit.
Oh no!
And I'm like, oh, he wants to pray. My mom pray for me. Like, cool, whatever. But yeah, I still got a bad vibe about it.
Oh shit!
I mean, you get a bad vibe.
Yeah. You get that feeling of terror.
Yeah. And like, I'm like, I kind of like wake up, and I all I see is like a hooded figure like this, like this, and like twitching his head and shit like that.
Yeah,
dude. I'm like, fuck. I couldn't move and stuff. I'm like,
that's not mom.
Yeah, like, you're not mother.
Who the fuck are you?
Mother speaks Spanish. I don't know what the fuck you're doing right now. Like, it's not like, it's like that. Like, they're like, I thought I remember like my like the palm like with my face. And like I just see the head moving like crazy like this shit, and like speaking like I mean, like I guess backward English or some kind of Latin shit. I don't know what the hell was speaking.
Shit.
I mean, I can't try. It wasn't Spanish or English for sure. But yeah, and I'm like freeze and like I don't know, I just wake up and like wake up I guess, and like yeah, it's gone. But yeah, like one of the worst ones I felt ever.
That sucks. For me, I can still remember mine clearly. Like the last one I had, the worst one I had, was 2016. A few years ago, I went to Florida. We went for a tournament, and I got I had a hotel for a week. I had a hotel, and I was by myself the whole week. Like I was there, and one of the nights, I was there and I was asleep. I was no. I had slept kind of late, and so the next day, luckily I didn't have to do anything until like late afternoon, maybe 1 p.m. 2 p.m. So I kind of I was like, I'll sleep in a bit. So like I got stuff to do in the morning, at like 7 a.m. or something, and then I went back to the hotel and I was like, okay, I'm gonna rest a bit and then I'll go back at like 1. So I'm there, I'm laying down to sleep, and like all of a sudden, like I couldn't open my eyes. I felt like somebody like had put a pillow on my like that's what it felt like, the pillow like on my face like that, like trying to like suffocate me. And I'm there like moving, and I'm trying to like scream out, but nothing's coming out, and I'm just there like trying to like scream for help. And the whole time as that's happening, I'm hearing something like I can hear it like still. It's like when I think back to it, I can still hear it in my ear, like the way it was when it's like. That's exactly how it sounded. That's exactly what I heard as it was on me.
Dude, it was a Dementor.
Dude, that's it. Because that's what it sounded like from like Harry Potter. It sounded like a Dementor from Harry Potter. Exactly how it was. It was just going like that, like. And then I just like. Oh, I finally get to open my eyes. Look around, nobody's there, like nothing, and I'm just there like gasping for air. And I was like, dude,
I think that's creepy because you were by yourself in a hotel.
Yeah,
I had him, my siblings, and my parents in my house.
Yeah. That's why it sucked, because I was alone. I was alone, thousands of miles away. I was all the way in Florida.
That stressed me the fuck out.
Yeah, that was stressed me the fuck out too, man.
Yeah, it was bad. It was.
How was the next day though?
Dude, the next day it was hard to get to sleep. Like it's like I would lay down and I actually
let's
like
leave the lights on.
I still had the lights on. No, I had the lights on. I had the lights on, and I still could TV. I remember I watched Raw. I remember I still remember they had the 4th of July episode of Raw.
Oh, what year?
2016.
The
Miz and Miz and
of course, like
and Dolph.
They had the Americans versus like the internationals.
Fuck, he remembers right away.
It was facing heels like all mixed. And like, Zack Ryder and the Big Show won the elimination match.
Yeah, holy shit, he remembers it exactly. Yeah, dude, that's when it happened. Yeah, that's it was during that whole time. That's when that happened.
While I was watching Raw, you were dying due to fucking the mentor.
Because I remember I woke up and Raw was on and everything, and I was just.
You're like, yeah, and who's like,
and they're like,
yeah, Ryder.
and he's there like, yeah. 1, 2.
What could be worse than this?
What could be worse than this?
This guy's floating and spinning for some reason.
Oh my god.
Fucking Nightmare on Elm Street, like.
Well, I've been playing GTA with the sucks.
Oh yeah. I've been discovering director mode.
Oh yeah.
We did the worst for us.
I introduced Ivan to crack.
So yeah, every day.
Yeah, because he already plays a lot of. He's already got back to GTA.
I got back to it.
Yeah, because like, the thing is, like, sometimes David and I are chilling there, and like, I mean, we're fair. Like, we lose in GTA, we'll give the controller to each other, right? But like, Ivan here, so like. Like, he just hogs it, dude, like, literally. And, like, he loses, and, like, hey, let me show you something. Grab the controller and be like, oh, let me show you something. He keeps playing and stuff. And then homeboy here's like, nah, dude, the director mode. Explain director mode, dude.
Oh, okay, so I came here, and then, they were playing, he was playing a straight up GTA.
No, it's funny, because we got here, and we're hanging out, and then he's like, hey, look, I'm going to show you guys something.
Yeah, and he was just playing straight up GTA. And then he was getting shot at, and, like, I was like, dude, why don't you just use director mode? Like, instead of using those cheats and stuff, he's like, what do you mean director mode? And then I showed him, I showed him director mode, and like, he was like, oh my god. And then, like, you know, you can choose your character and everything, and you can put invincibility and all this stuff. And so, like, he was like having like a blast with that shit.
That, like, for like an hour and a half. And
you were,
like,
they're having a blast. He's getting blown
play
up.
Some Smash?
Oh yeah, we finally smashed.
I guess we'll play.
That was finally it. But he was there, and like, he's getting blown up and everything, and like
most likely after this, we're fucking watching play, dude.
Dude, for real, yeah.
Hey, guys, we should sit upstairs.
That's gonna be the fourth vlog. Like, I've been playing GTA.
It only works if somebody's watching me play.
Oh yeah, it's like whenever like David and I like, or well, for example me, like I try to leave the fucking room, and then like, no, where you going? Watch me play. And I'm like, I'm fucking sleepy. Let me go to sleep. I gotta go to work, Ivan. And then no, come on, watch me. Like, oh my gosh.
Now look at what I can do.
Then watch this. It's like the same shit he does all the time. Just shoot people and like beat up cops and that's.
But now with director mode,
now with director mode,
he can show you some shit.
Forever now.
It was hilarious because Dave was like, "Hey, kid, let me play next." He's like, "Wait till I die." In director mode. With invincibility on.
That was funny, man. Yeah. We've been having a lot of fun since we got here.
We've enjoyed it,
and dude,
we look forward to
thanks to Jose and Ivan, dude. They made us feel like honestly, at home, dude. Honestly. I feel like I'm at home right now. It's super badass. I feel like I feel like if I've been like living here too, like it's weird, but I feel like I've been living. Yeah, here it's like you guys are like real homey, legit full house, like family. It's badass. I love the vibe here. It's super badass.
Yeah. And that's gonna be it for episode. Was it 16?
Yeah, the sweet 16.
The sweet 16 episode.
Oh shit, we could go for an hour. Damn,
we could go for a lot more, but I don't think my phone has that space right now.
Oh yeah. But
yeah, but if you got here, comment Existential Dread.
Existential Dread.
And we'll shout you on the next show. I think the last one was Robert. Shout out to Robert. He got the comment. You got the comment. You don't count because you're here.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty racist. Bro.
Comment anyway, dude.
Comment. Just don't give away the
oh yeah.
Thumbs up. Thumbs down.
Thumbs up. Thumbs down.
All right. Thumbs down, dude.
Like, subscribe, share, comment.
We out.